Liam Lawson has been replaced by Yuki Tsunoda at Red Bull after just 2 races of the 2025 Formula One season. The New Zealander, who was chosen over his Japanese counterpart to take the second seat besides Max Verstappen for this year, has struggled in the first couple of Grand Prix. In Melbourne, he failed to make it out of the first qualifying session and then crashed out of the rain-affected race.
Into the wall goes Liam Lawson.
Yeah, I'm on the wall, mate. It's just no grip, sorry.
And in Shanghai, he was once again left wanting in his qualification attempts, lining up 20th and last for the Chinese Grand Prix.
The one I'm just bemused by is Lawson. I just can't explain how he could be 7 tenths away from Max Verstappen doing 1 lap on a used tyre.
He finished P12, but only after a few post-race disqualifications bumped him up a bit. 2 subpar weekends, and Lawson was understandably downbeat.
I mean, the window it's very small in this car, but it's not an excuse. It's just something I need to get a grip on. I'd love to say I just need more time driving the car, but obviously we don't really have that.
Well, part of the reason that he was put in the Red Bull is because of his bullishness, and we saw that when he jumped in last year, as he looked like he was taking no prisoners in the midfield, wheel to wheel with Perez, and his feisty, aggressive mentality that the Red Bull management thought was going to suit them for that second car.
Red Bull team principal Christian Horner has stated that if they wish to challenge for the Constructors' Championship, the team need to maximise their potential every weekend. And that means having both cars scoring points, thus taking them away from rivals. This lopsidedness was an issue which hampered the team last year when Sergio Perez was their second driver, and whose inconsistent form saw him finish a disappointing 8th in the drivers' title race.
Perez is out in the first part of qualifying.
Red Bull opted to terminate Perez's contract early and had the choice of taking a free agent or giving one of their junior drivers a bump up to the big seat. Racing Bulls, an F1 team owned by Red Bull's parent company, but who operate independently from their bases in Faenza, Italy and Milton Keynes, UK, are often used as a feeder team, taking in and blooding the Red Bull Academy hopefuls. Yuki Tsunoda is one of those. Last season, more often than not, he outqualified and outscored his Racing Bulls teammate. For the first 18 rounds, that was former Red Bull, Renault and McLaren driver Daniel Ricciardo.
Tsunoda's flying, guys.
Second!
The Australian was replaced by Kiwi Lawson for the final 6 races, where again, the Japanese driver was the better of the pair overall.
Yuki Tsunoda's going even quicker!
Oh my god, I was close to P1, mate.
But despite his clearly superior performances, Red Bull chose Lawson over Tsunoda to partner Verstappen for 2025. However, now, perhaps wary of a repeat of last year's points deficit between the champion and their second driver, the team have acted decisively, switching the 2 ahead of round 3. Combative and daring behind the wheel, Tsunoda now has the opportunity to drive beside one of the greatest champions the sport has ever known, in a car that can challenge for podiums in the right hands. But it should be noted that this is a time of transition for both teams. Red Bull, the elder sister team if you like, have fallen from a once mighty position. Dominant in the 2010s and more recently in the early 2020s, they struggled last season after a decent start, as rival teams developed and overtook them, quite literally sometimes.
On board with Lando Norris trying to take the lead of the Dutch Grand Prix from the home favourite. He's getting to the apex first. He's moving ahead. Lando Norris takes the lead.
Their 2025 challenge has begun in a similar fashion.
Norris weathers the storm in a brilliant battle all the way to the flag. He beat Max Verstappen by 8 tenths of a second.
Conversely, Racing Bulls have made great strides with the pace of their cars this season. Yuki and rookie teammate Isaac Hadjar look quick over a lap. And, barring the odd poor strategy call and the occasional rookie error, the team could do well in the battle for midfield superiority. The switch could benefit both drivers. Lawson handled the 2024 Racing Bull well enough, and with its added competitiveness this year, we could see the Kiwis' confidence return with a much-needed uptick in performance, both of which appear to have deserted him so far this season. Tsunoda will need to hit the ground running. The Red Bull RB21 is a car that even the great Max Verstappen finds tricky to handle. But if there's time to make your debut and shine in the process, it's at your home race. And that's exactly the chance Yuki Tsunoda has been given. To get up to speed, he'll have 3 practice sessions around Suzuka, roared through every straight and round each corner by his adoring fans. Qualifying will tell whether he's got to grips with it, and good points will be proof that the decision to switch seats was the right one. If Red Bull's roll of the Yuki dice is successful, they'll have 2 drivers scoring on a weekly basis. If the gamble doesn't pay off, they could be looking at another driver switch or another disappointing championship challenge.